Hello everyone, it's Dianne at Minerva. I hope you're all doing really well this week. And today I'm going to share with you a make for a lovely blouse. So it's this particular design by McCall's and it's 7357. We're going to be making view D. So it's this one right here. And what we're going to be using today is a beautiful Minerva exclusive viscose challis. And this particular one is called Marbled Memory. Now this comes in different shades, but this particular shade is called Ocean, and I think we can see why. Isn't that beautiful? Really bright. So wash and prepare that fabric before we get started, and when you've done that, measure yourself to check the perfect fit. Then we're going to go and cut our pattern pieces together. So let's go and do that now. Here we have our pieces for our blouse. This is the front piece. We're going to cut one piece on the fold. The fold is here. Pay attention to which piece you are cutting out because there are different pieces for different cup sizes. Make a note of your darts and your markings. Here we have the side front. This time you're going to cut two pieces. This is a straight grain. Note your markings. Here is the yoke back. This time you're going to cut two on the fold and the fold is here. And this is the back piece. You're going to cut one on the fold is here. Note your markings. Here we have the side back. You're going to cut two pieces. This is a straight grain. The upper sleeve, again, two pieces. The sleeve back, we're going to cut two pieces. And the sleeve front, cut two pieces. Note all your notches, circles and markings. On all pieces we can lengthen or shorten at the double line mark here. Here we have our back neck facing. You're going to cut two on the fold and one in interfacing on the fold. Here we have the tab. For view D, you're going to cut one of fabric. Here we have the sleeve binding. You're going to cut two of fabric. Make a note of the fold line. The grain line is this way. This is for the yoke front. We're going to cut four of this one in fabric. The straight grain is this way. And here we have the front facings. You're going to cut four of fabric and two of interfacing, and the straight grain is here. Note your markings. So now we're ready to begin making our blouse. So first of all, wind half your thread onto your machine spool and check your needle is sharp. Today I'm using a sharp size 70 on this viscose challis fabric. You may want to try it on a piece of scrap before you get started and see what works best for you. When we've done this, we're going to take our front piece and we're going to do some reinforcement stitching around the front here. So if I take my piece so that you can see, this is our front piece and we have this sort of little cutout area here where it comes down to the fold. There is a stitch line marking just here and we're going to do reinforcement stitching along there. Let's do that now. So first of all, we're just going to do some reinforcement stitching around this area here at the front of your blouse. So I'm doing it 1.3 centimetres in, so our seam allowances are 1.5 centimetres. Now when we've done this, we're going to create our darts. So you want to bring your markings together at the sides here, fold it to the wrong side, and then we're working towards our point. So I've got mine marked with a pin here. So this is the point that we're working to. We're going to stitch from the side to the point in a gradual V. We don't want to come off too suddenly. And we're going to let our threads run free so that we can knot them. So push that knot down towards the point and then we're going to press it flat downwards. Repeat this step on the other side. Now stay stitched between the notches on the sides. Now we're going to pin our side front to our front piece. At this point you may find it's best to lay it out like this so that you can see clearly what you're doing. So we have it the right way up. I've placed both sides on like this and we can see we have notches here, look, and these match up. So what we're going to do is we're going to flip it over like this so it's right side facing, and we're going to pin it all the way down, matching our notches and markings as we go. When we've done this, we're going to stitch it in position. So it's a 1.5 centimetre seam allowance on this particular pattern, unless I state otherwise. Now take your back piece and stitch the back side edges between your notches here and here. Lay out your back and your side back pieces in the same way that you did your front pieces, and again we're going to pin that side piece, so matching your notches and then pinning it all the way down before stitching our seam. Pin your yoke back sections and your yoke front sections together like this. Again, if you lay them out, it helps you to see which is which. And you line up your notches, and we're just going to flip them over again so that the right side's facing, and pin them in position before stitching. When you've stitched them both, set one aside because this will be used for your facing piece. When you've stitched it in place, open it up and press it flat. Pin your yoke to the upper edge of the back like this, matching your notches here and here, and then stitch that in place. Now pin the front yoke sections to your front piece of your blouse like this. So if you match up the notches again like this, flip it over, pin it in position, then we're going to stitch this in place. Next you're going to take your facing piece and you're going to press up the bottom of the facing on the front yoke and the back yoke like this. When we've done that, place it wrong sides facing on the wrong side of the fabric like this, and pin it in position so our shoulder seams line up, our front yoke and our back yoke. Once we've done this, we can tack it at each side at the sleeves here and round the neck just to keep it in place. And here, where we've got our turned up section of the yokes on the back and the front, we're going to slip stitch that by hand. And we're just catching it in that seam and also in the turned up yoke, and then this will be nice and neat and we won't have any stitches showing on the other side. Apply your interfacing to your front neck facing pieces and one of your back neck facing pieces like this, and then you're going to place them right sides facing and stitch them together at the shoulder seam. When you've done this, you're also going to repeat these steps on the uninterfaced pieces as well. Now pin your facing to your band with right sides together like this, and we're going to stitch it all the way around. Then when we've done this, we're going to understitch it. Now understitch your seam to your facing piece, so we're stitching a few millimetres away from this seam here, catching in that seam on the other side. Now pin your neck facing all the way round the front of your blouse, matching your shoulder points, your notches and your circles. We're now going to stitch this in place. Now turn your facing to the inside and give it a press. And now we're going to slip stitch that turned under edge all the way around the facing. We're going to do this with hand stitches, the same way we did the facing on the inside of the yokes. Now you're going to bring these two front panels together like this, and you're going to stitch across that little flap at the bottom on the inside, so that on the outside these two pieces here, these two front facings, meet at this point at the bottom in a square. Don't worry about these corners because they're going to press out in a moment. You're going to fold your little tab in half lengthways like this, and we're going to stitch around it, leaving an opening so that we can turn it through. Then we're going to slip stitch it and press it. This is going to cover up those raw edges on the inside where we've just joined those two front facings together, because now we have all this inside seam showing. So that's going to cover that up. Now I've got my tab here on the machine, and I've got the bottom of that front neck opening here, look. And this bottom piece where the two facings meet, I'm going to stitch over it again, but this time I'm attaching it to the tab that we've just made. I'm going to trim away some of that raw edge as well that I've got sticking out. I'm going to fold it over and stitch it again, and this will enclose those raw edges. So it's like this. On the outside, make sure it's central, and we're just going to stitch over it. Now we're going to stitch our sleeve front and our sleeve back to the upper sleeve, so pin them in position like this with right sides facing, and then stitch them in place. Now edge finish and press your seams flat. Then when you've done that, we're going to ease stitch around the top of the sleeve between the markings here and here. We're also going to gather the bottom of the sleeve, so with a line of straight stitches, and then we're going to complete our remaining seam. So bring both your underarm seams together at the points marked and stitch that underarm seam. When you've done this, you can edge finish this seam and repeat those steps on the other side. A line of ease stitching, and a line of gathering stitches around the bottom. Now stitch the ends of your sleeve binding together, so you're matching these notches here. When you've done that, you're going to turn it through and fold in half on the fold line. We can now give it a press and baste around this top part here. Now pull on your gathering stitches at the bottom of your sleeve and pin in your band with right sides facing like this, matching up your underarm seam and your notch. Now we're going to stitch this in place. Now turn the binding to the inside. You may wish to trim a little off before you do this, and that's going to enclose that raw edge like this. We're now going to slip stitch that in place like we did on our neck facings. Pin and stitch your side seams on your blouse. Now with your blouse inside out, turn your sleeve the right way around. We're going to pop it inside the armhole like this. Line up the top of the sleeve here, the curve, with the shoulder seam. Then you have one notch here. Line that up and place a pin in. If you haven't got one notch, and you've got one notch and two notch, you've got the wrong sleeve, so you need to swap it over and add it to the other armhole. The underarm seam will also line up here, look. So place a pin there. Continue pinning it the whole way around, and then when you've done that, we're going to stitch that in place. You can pull on your ease stitches to ease in the top of the sleeve. Now hem your blouse with a narrow hem at the bottom. I'm doing a double fold. Your final step is to add in hook and eyes at the places marked on the inside here. You can omit this step if you wish and just leave it open, but this will bring it together at the centre here. We're going to hand stitch these on. So here is the finished top. Well, I hope you've enjoyed sewing along with me. Please let us know in the comments below if you've made this top before, and remember to include any photographs. It is a great one for using up all those different pieces of fabric because you have all these panels, so you could do some colour blocking or you could just do random prints. I look forward to seeing what you've been up to. Remember to take a look at the Minerva Craft Club to get 10% off all your orders for a whole year, and of course create a free account with us to join in with our wonderful worldwide sewing community. That's all from me for now, but if you like what I'm wearing today, I will include it in the description below. Thank you so much for watching. Bye for now.